But first, we want to start with Faith Zahowski joining us live from where the stabbing happened. Faith, you were there when police were still on scene. What can you tell us?
That's right. We got here a little after 3 o'clock this afternoon, just as police took the suspect into custody. The incident happened at Union Bank near downtown Gibsonburg this morning, and the suspect was located just a half a mile down the road from here. Gibsonburg police say the suspect, 25-year-old Scott Dodd, was trespassing on the bank's property, and police were called to assist. Police say there was a scuffle, and Dodd allegedly stabbed a female police officer in the neck. The officer then shot at Dodd before he ran into the woods nearby. Police warned the public he was considered armed and dangerous, and told neighbors to stay in their homes as crews spent 7 hours searching for him. And take a look. This is video you can only see on WTOL 11. Nearly a dozen different law enforcement agencies came together and cornered Dodd, in the woods, where he was finally taken into custody. Dodd is now in the hospital. Officers say it is possible he was shot by the officer he's accused of stabbing. The name of the officer has not been released, but Gibsonburg police confirmed she was taken to the hospital for surgery and is now stable. I spoke to a man who saw this all happen right outside his house, and a business owner who's also a former Woodville police chief who stepped in to help.
It's not something typically that you see in these small towns, but like I've said for years, it can happen anywhere. I know what it's like to be out on scenes like this where you're hungry and thirsty, and these guys are all dressed up in this hot gear, so the least we can do is give them some food and beverages.
They had like 7 cars right here in front of my house for a while. Stuff the EMS come down the road, pulled in back there, they put him on a gurney and carried him out then. Probably the weirdest deal I ever seen happen.
The Gibsonburg police chief says, to his knowledge, this is the most critical injury to an officer he's seen the department have to deal with. Reporting live in Gibsonburg, Faith Zahowski, WTOL 11.
Our team coverage continues. Both the officer and the suspect in today's stabbing were taken to Mercy Health St. V's. That is according to police.
That is where we find Steve Iwanek, who has an update on the conditions of both the suspect and the officer, as well as a look into the suspect's history. Steve?
Kaylee, Jeff, good evening. Gibsonburg Police Chief Don Carr says that the officer involved in today's stabbing is in stable condition. However, we have not gotten an update on her condition as of a few hours, as well as her identity. We still don't know her identity tonight. Meanwhile, the suspect, 25-year-old Scott Dodd, was also brought here tonight to St. Vincent's Medical Center here at Mercy Health, where with injuries that officers say were consistent with injuries from an officer-involved shooting, but we have also not gotten an update on his condition in some time. We want to take you to earlier today, where we had our cameras outside of St. Vincent's Medical Center, where we see Dodd being taken inside the hospital. You can only find it here on WTOL. We were also there today, as my colleague Faith mentioned, when police took Dodd into custody. Now, we do have a background look into Dodd, where he has a history dating back several years in Sandusky County. In 2025, he was charged with a misdemeanor assault after investigators said he slapped a juvenile in the face. Dodd pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 30 days in jail, with credit for 19 days already served, along with 1 year probation. A judge also ordered him to complete anger management classes and any treatment recommended by probation, and prohibited him from contacting that victim. Dodd was also ordered to pay a $100 fine. Court records show protection orders were filed against Dodd in both 2024 and 2025. At the time of today's incident, Sandusky County Sheriff Chris Hilton said that Dodd was homeless. Now, as I said before, we are still working to learn the identity of the officer that was involved in today's stabbing, and as soon as we learn that identity, we are going to bring that information to you on air and online. But for now, here in North Toledo, Steve Iwanek, WTOL 11.